Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a what's on my iPhone SE 2020. I have the white iPhone SE, and for my case it is just a clear case. I'm not exactly sure where it's from. I know it's from Amazon, but I'm not sure which brand. And then I have a little sticker that says Mountain Mix Lake Tahoe. I got it from Lake Tahoe obviously, and I thought it was a really cute sticker, and I just attached it with some washi tape. And if you guys are wondering what the iPhone SE is, it is pretty much the size of the iPhone 8, but the insides or features of an iPhone 11. So here's a more proper description of it so you guys get what I'm saying. And yeah. Okay, moving on to my lock screen. This is the wallpaper I have. I did not take this. I found it on Pinterest, but it's this really pretty picture of the ocean with a sunset in the background. Right now I'll have a screen on both of my backgrounds so you guys can screenshot it and use it if you guys would like. This is my home screen wallpaper. I thought the colors really matched with my lock screen, but let's get started with the apps I actually have. I like to organize all my apps into folders other than my main three at the bottom, which is just messages, FaceTime, and call. Moving on to the first folder, which is school. I have most of my things I use for school. I don't use much, so it's mainly just Google Slides, which is pretty much self-explanatory. You can make great PowerPoints and stuff on there. Canvas Student, this is what my school uses to keep track of our grades and all. And then Google Drive, which is just kind of stores all of your Google Docs, PowerPoints, all of that. And then Google Translate, I use this for my language class if I ever need to translate anything. And then Google Docs, which you can just use for typing essays and all. The next folder is productivity. Almost all of these apps come on the iPhone, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about them, but the only one that isn't is called Headspace. It's a really good meditation, mindfulness kind of app. I've talked about it before, but I will share with you guys again. So on the bottom there are 4 main sections. It is today, meditate, sleep, and move. So for today they usually do a little wake up session, and they also have a mindfulness moment. And if you do turn on notifications, they send you a really kind of inspirational or mindfulness motivation. Next section is meditate. There are a bunch of meditations you can do. Some of them you do need Headspace Plus for, but there are also some you can do for free. So there are a bunch of different ones. I'd say most of them are for about 3 to 10 minutes, and some of them you can choose. But now this is sleep. For sleep there are sleep casts for little stories. There's wind downs that are meditations. Nighttime SOS, there are little exercises. Sleep music is calming music to help you go to sleep. Soundscapes is noises from around the world. And then sleep radio is an 8-hour mix of popular sleep music. The last one is move. Here they have a bunch of different workouts about stretching, stress release, stuff like that. I've never tried it before, but I think it's really nice that they include that. Other 5 apps I have in this folder are Notes, Home, Reminders, and Gmail. The next folder I have is socials. This is all my social medias that I most frequently use. The first one is Pinterest. This has so many different things: motivational things, DIYs, study tips, bedroom ideas, outfits, foods, wallpapers, anything you can think of. Pinterest has it. I really like this app, and yeah. The next app I have is Visco. I don't really use this too much to post. I do post a little bit on here, but mainly I just use this for editing and adding filters to my photos and all, but there are a bunch of other people who post on here that you can follow. Next app is Snapchat. You can use this to snap your friends, text your friends, post on your story, and you can also find some really fun filters on here. Here are some that I really like. The next app I have is TikTok. I'm sure most of you guys are pretty familiar with it, but I'm going to show you guys what's on my For You page. These Subway Surfer stores are really interesting, and this is probably one of my most used apps. The last app is YouTube Studio. I know this is not really like a social media, but this is what I use to keep track of my analytics for my videos, reply to comments, post my videos, everything like that. The next folder is travel. These are pretty self-explanatory. I find my iPhone, maps, weather, and wallet. They all come on the iPhone, so I'm not going to go into detail about them. The next folder I have is games. I don't have too many games on my phone because most of them I play on my iPad, so if you guys do want to see what's on my iPad video, let me know in the comments. The first app I have is Minecraft, but I have that offloaded on my phone, so I'm going to go into the next game, which is Fireballs 3D. So pretty much you have a little avatar that you can like buy in the shop, and it spits out these metal balls that you try to knock the tower down with, but you have to avoid the obstacles. If you hit the obstacles, then the game is over. The next game I have is Crowd City, so pretty much you start off with one avatar, one character, I guess, and then you can, there's this group of like white characters that are walking around that you can take into your army, or I don't know what you call it, and then you pretty much the main goal is to collect as many people you can, and you can also take over other people's armies as long as you have more than them, so I'll show you guys here. The next app is Bitmoji. This isn't really a game, but pretty much you get to dress up your avatar to make it look like you, and it gives you like stickers and all. The next app is Roblox. I don't play this too much on my phone, usually on my iPad, but there are so many different games you can play. The next app I have is Magic Tiles 3, pretty much like Piano Tiles, but with more recent songs like Somebody You Loved. The last game I have is Subway Surfers. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with this game, but if you guys are not, you pretty much try to run through the obstacles without the police catching up to you. The next folder is named Extras. These are all the extra apps that I really don't use other than App Store and Apple Store. The next folder is Health and Fitness. The first app is Nike Run Club. It is a really good free app to kind of see how long you run, your pace, your distance, everything like that. The next app is Pacer. This is an app that tracks how many steps you do or you take every day. As long as you are carrying your phone, it will track your steps. The next app I have is MyFitnessPal by Under Armour. This is really good if you guys like to keep track of what you eat or calorie count. I personally don't really do this, but I do use it to find like good healthy recipes because there are many of them on there. The next app is Health. I'm not going to go into detail about this because this is on every single iPhone. The next app is TeamSnap. This is what my soccer team uses to kind of schedule all of our practices, games, and it'll kind of show like where it is, what time, what to bring, stuff like that. The next app is Dribble Up Soccer. I'm pretty sure they have one for basketball too, but pretty much you buy their smart ball, and then with that you can use all of these live classes where they show you new tricks and moves and stuff like that. The last app of this folder is Nike Training. This is again by Nike. It is free and they have so many different workouts you can try, and a lot of them are really good. I really like to do this. The next folder is Helpful. Almost all of these are just apps you get from Apple. There's Clock, Calculator, Measure, Compass, Settings, and Safari. Next folder is Talk, but I only have 2 apps in there. The first one is WhatsApp. It is by Facebook, I believe, and it is a way that you can text and talk to people like your family and relatives if they are like somewhere over the world, because I know sometimes it can be expensive to call them. The next app is Hangouts. It's pretty much the same thing, but you can do this on PC as well, so if you have an email you can use that as well. The next folder is Photos. So the first one I have is iMovie. I do use this to edit, but I do not edit on my phone. The second one is Huji. It's pretty much like an online disposable camera. Next up we have Photos, which comes on every iPhone, and then Google Photos, which you can use to like make albums and share them to other people as well. and then I'll show you guys camera. First we have time-lapse and slow-mo. Time-lapse speeds it, slow-mo slows it. Then we have the normal video and photo. Then we have portrait mode. So pretty much it focuses on a face and then kind of blurs the background. And you can put it to different settings. So there is natural light, studio light, contour light, stage light mono, and high key. And then there's also pano. The next folder I have is named music. I only have 3 apps on here. The first one is podcasts. So pretty much you can listen to a bunch of different podcasts about pretty much any topic you would like. Here's some recommended ones that were recommended for me that I've listened to a few of them. And yeah, the next app is Spotify. This is where you can listen to music, listen to playlists, make your own playlist, and you can also listen to podcasts on here as well. And then the last one is voice messages or voice recording. So pretty much you can just like record your voice, and yeah. My last folder is watch. I only have 2 apps. The first one is Netflix, where you can watch tons of shows and movies. And then the next one is YouTube, which I'm sure all you guys know of because that's where I'm posting this video. And yeah, that is the end of my folder. The last 3 apps on the bottom are FaceTime, messages, and call. Thank you guys for watching and have a great rest of your day.